Hello and welcome to Season 4 of The Journey with Kirsty and Simon, a journey that really has only just begun. It's a podcast that gives us the opportunity to bump our gums and talk about our life and how we go about running our mountain B&B, always in our own fun, unique and irreverent way. Thank you for joining us and welcome on board. Okay.
You're really looking towards me this time.
I was before, wasn't I?
Welcome back, everybody.
Another week.
In real life time, it's been 2 hours. What have we done in 2 hours? As we said, we're trying to record 3 podcasts today because we've got time. And we've got enough to talk about, to be fair, because we haven't done this for a couple of weeks. So,
well, there's ironing in the background.
There's ironing in the background. That's not been set. I've got the most ironing. Oh, I've got a lot to do.
With the world's biggest pillowcases.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you know when you're not sure whether we've messed up an Amazon order or whether there is actually a pillow that big? But it's like going to be my party piece from now on in because it's a pillow for, where have I done it? They're here. For those of you on YouTube's looking, I was really excited. New pillowcases, new bedding. Now, this is either a pillow for giants. I've never seen a pillow this big to go in a pillowcase this big.
Not to go on a bed, eh?
Or it's a quilt for little people. A quilt cover for little people.
Maybe it's for Derek.
No, even Derek wouldn't fit in there. It's the biggest pillowcase in the world. What a waste. It's like a metre by metre.
Oh, that's both of them.
Yeah,
I thought it was folding it out.
No, you buy a set of
that's mental.
bedding. I don't know what to do with them. If I was a sewer, I'd sew them smaller. I'm not throwing them away though.
No.
It literally could be a dress.
There you go.
I've never seen a pillow this big on a bed this big, even in the poshest, swankiest of hotels.
But
which we're not.
For those of you not watching on YouTube and listening, it is probably a metre square.
A metre square pillowcase in a single bedding set. What the actual...
Definitely didn't order that.
Do you think we should write a strongly worded email?
It could be possible.
Could be. We could say.
Have you checked the duvet? Have you checked the duvet covers?
Yeah.
They're all right.
No, I haven't. I lied.
Well,
but
if they're the size,
they felt the same when I folded them. I've got to wash and iron them though, haven't I?
If they are the equivalent as big as them,
but then the single
we've
bedding
got
would be
very small.
Maybe we've gone into miniature. Maybe we've gone into them little people. What are they called that live in the walls? I'd like to be one of them.
The borrowers.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is, and that's a real life pillowcase.
Maybe.
Maybe A1's got involved.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be square though, would it? It would look like a flag. It wouldn't be that.
What did you say it was? It was a puffy holder.
I said that would fit a poof. That's what I said.
Is that what you call it? Down in Weymouth, a poof.
Well, what do you call it?
Puff.
I don't know.
It's a puff,
P-O-U-F-F-E.
Was that a puff? A leather one in our house. Leather puff.
A leather puff?
A leather puff. To put your feet on. I bet you're not allowed to call them that now.
Have you ever had a lemon puff?
Puff.
Right, what are we talking about?
When you had a puff in your council house.
We're talking nonsense again, aren't we?
Yeah, I know.
Bonkers.
Just got a word, just for fun. Just for fun. What's going on in the world of CK? You nearly cemented half the drive at the bottom.
I've done some.
It's a work in progress, that, for everyone who's been here. We've got a steepish drive. It's rural. This isn't our house. I'm not telling any of you anything you don't know. So, and even if I had 15 grand, I wouldn't use it to tarmac the drive. I'd be using it to book somewhere nice and hot and sunny to go and stay in, other than where we are.
I was just about to say, what? What are you doing? You're booking this place?
Yeah, but someone just to serve me something cold on a beach, and not you.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, where was I saying? So you've cemented half the drive. At the bottom of it, it goes down and up like that. So what happens is, when people come, which the ones of you that are listening that have been here, kind of get to the bottom and there's a little bit of panic. We've done it ourselves, and you think, oh, right, let's put the foot down and go up. Natural reaction. But what actually happens is that bit gets bigger and bigger and bigger, doesn't it? As you start coming up the drive, you realise that you can't get up it and go down into first, and at that point is when the wheels spin. The wheels spin, so they chuck out all the stuff.
Digs out all the gravel and stuff. Yeah.
There's no cure for it apart from keep doing what we're doing, or spend a shit ton of money and someone suggested putting a cattle grid across and that. But you know, that's big stuff that we've got absolutely not an intention to do.
No.
It's not happening. But what we were looking at is we've just set out, we just had a little smacker or something, keep us going. And we was looking at the bank. And this time last year, it was full of wildflowers.
Yes,
beautiful poppies,
loads of
daisies,
all the colours you could think of.
just absolutely stunning, beautiful. And what actually happened is our landlord came, and you know when people do something good, and you can only say thank you because it's a nice thing that they've done, and he thought he'd help us out and sent a team of blokes in with strimmers, cut them all down, and oh God.
Beautiful, wasn't it? But they do need doing.
It did need doing, and obviously it's a fire hazard, so it needs doing, and it was fine. But we actually liked the wildflowers everywhere, didn't we?
But this year,
they're just not here. And got our first wildfire warning yesterday on the app, which is in the whole of Andalusia. It's not like here. It's just one of the downsides of living in Spain. And I think this year everyone's going to have to be super, super careful.
got to be really careful, yeah.
Even more careful than normal. And I've had the unfortunate experience of being involved in. And I was at home. I was in an urbanisation, relatively built-up area as well. And had to evacuate.
I've asked you this
Scary.
many times. Was the damage was caused by the helicopters dropping water on your house, wasn't it?
Yes, there was damage from the ash falling. So all the sunbed covers, the trampoline, everything had all got looked like cigarette burns in them. But the damage was the aeroplane dumping on the house, the water damage. Mine and the other houses around. It sounds pretty scary if you don't live here, but you need that evac plan, don't you?
Yeah.
Which we have. We always have had since then. So
I'm jumping on
so
the back of
begins.
Derek, and off we go.
Yeah. Out. Get out. We know what to do. You have to leave your doors open and all sorts of certain things to do. So it's forewarned, isn't it? But I think this summer's going to be a long one for the fire services out there, definitely. And for the idiots out there, which unfortunately there's many in this world, just try and find a brain cell.
There wouldn't be a lot left of this place, would there?
I don't. Yeah. Wood burns, see.
Yeah, this ain't concrete. The walls are, but the walls are stone, but inside's all.
One way to get in my camper van quicker.
Yeah.
You just have to take what happens, what's in store for you. Do you know what I wanted to talk about? We've got the availability now, and it's not me or my assistant, for wellness massages here in our little retreat, not retreat. What did I say then?
I don't know.
Retreat, not to eat.
Apparently.
I said retreat backwards without even trying. Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, fabulous. To eat.
Retreat, not to eat.
Yeah, we're not one of them anyway. But there's someone local, a Dutch lady, who sent us a message, was very proactive. I admire that in business.
A message about massage.
A message about massage. And she will come here, she'll bring a bed, she'll bring music, she'll bring shade. She does it all. And we had 2 guests who happened to be with me when the message came through, and they booked it in. And they said it was one of the best massages
they've ever had.
Although she said she smelt like a bit of French toast. Because she had French toast for breakfast, which I thought was funny. So I can only take from that, the oils had cinnamon in it. Don't like cinnamon.
If you think of the word message and the word massage...
Yeah. It's a little A&E. That's all.
A little accident and emergency, yeah. Why is it pronounced so differently? Why is it
because
not...
it's a different bloody word.
Why is it not massage and massage?
Is.
Massage. I'm just going to send you a quick massage.
A quick massage. Maybe we should say that from now on.
Or do you fancy a nice massage?
Oh, I don't know. No, I would say no.
Exactly. Would you like a massage or a massage?
Both. Depending who's giving it.
I'll send you a massage for a massage. I'm getting confused myself now. Let's move on.
Okay, anyway, so if anyone wants that booked in, then remember that. We've got the leaflets there. We get absolutely nothing for advertising this or nothing from it. You can phone her and message her yourself.
I wonder if the French word massage has an accent on the A. Sorry, I'm just considering that.
We're quite happy for people to...
have a massage.
Have a massage.
If you message
in their
us...
room. Do anything you want in your room. Don't you keep it down.
Hey.
Just saying.
TMI?
Too much information. What's she saying, isn't it?
Yeah,
You can. It's a private room. You're hiring it for a night, night. Nothing dirty about that. You can do what you want. You can sit on the floor and sing Kumbaya for all I care.
Oh, you'd care?
No, I wouldn't.
You would.
As long as they kept it down. That was my thing. You can do whatever you want in your room as long as you keep it down.
Can we specify it legal?
My lord.
Can you keep it legal?
Well, of course.
Hey, people assume lots of different things, Kirst.
What can you do illegal? Like, you're not allowed to smoke in this house or anything. You can't do anything like that. Illegal.
I'm just spaying.
What else can you do in your room illegal?
Just out there spaying. Hang on. It's my point there is that if you say you can do whatever you like in your room but keep it down, I'm saying you said you can do whatever you like, but now you've specified that they can't smoke, so that you can't do everything you like in the room, can you?
Because there's no smoking allowed in the house.
I know, so there are rules. So I'm saying you can do whatever you like in your room, just keep it down and keep it legal. Hey, I'm just putting the rules in place.
Oh, for God's sake. Mr. Check the I's and dot the T. Oh, I actually said it. Dot the I's and cross the T's. Huh. I went
Gotta be careful.
A brilliant day. Was it last week? My sip and paint.
Yes. Is it
Fabulous
paint and
idea,
sip?
that.
It's called, isn't it?
Why have you got to change everything I say?
Because I'm saying that's what it's called. So if people look it up.
I've just said it was called sip and paint.
Yeah, but it's not, is it?
Yeah, but it might be, mightn't it?
But I think they advertise it as paint and sip.
You don't know that though, do you? You've just questioned me on that.
No, I did.
No,
because I saw the leaflet up on the top. In the kitchen, there's a leaflet there.
Is it called paint and sip?
Yes.
Damn.
I'm questioning it.
Who's right? Is it 1 point to the winner goes on the menu score?
Where's it gone?
Is there 1 point to the winner goes to the menu score? It was on top of my donkey books. It's not got flashing lights on it. You're not going to be able to find it. There we go. What is it with men that you cannot find anything?
Sorry.
Can I just clarify? So it's 1 point on the menu to the winner?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
So is it now you need to actually realise when you correct me on every tiny little thing, you're not always right?
Yes.
Right.
Right. I am wrong.
Satisfying. So satisfying.
Paint, drink, enjoy.
Stored in my
Sip.
head.
Sip.
Bring out at any future disagreement we
Will
have.
you stop a minute so that I can actually
Slogging it
acknowledge that you are correct? Paint, drink, enjoy. And then underneath in Spanish, pinta, babe, yeah, disfrutar. Sip and paint.
Thank you.
You are correct.
Thank you. And what? What am I?
You're correct.
Thank you. Anyhow, as you were, went to Sip and Paint in Thingy, went down there, and it is what it says on the tin. Couldn't be a more perfect a day ever. They teach you how to paint, which I like to paint. Doesn't mean I can paint. Painting's in the eye of the beholder. It's a hobby.
Did you
Like, as
do
with any
more
hobby.
sipping than painting?
No, not really. I had 2 glasses of wine in 4 hours. It's nothing for me.
But yet you painted for the whole 4 hours, didn't you?
Apart from we stopped for lunch. You
They
don't
should-
have to paint for the whole 4 hours.
They should call it paint and sip.
Oh my God. You actually got them words out and then realised. Why? Why, Moni?
I don't know.
Goodness me.
I was just trying to establish which was the more
Do you wake up in the morning and think,
intense
I'm going
activity.
to see how irritating I can be, how pedantic in a day?
No, I don't wake up being like that. I wake up and I think to myself, don't pick up your phone, just have 5 minutes, zen,
Yeah,
think about positive, do a bit of meditation just lying in bed.
yeah.
Yeah,
How do you meditate?
I close my eyes.
Do you go back to sleep for a bit? A
No,
little doze?
no, I don't. I close my eyes and concentrate on my breathing.
That's interesting you do that in the morning like that. Actually, it does bring me on because I thought we should have, I thought about this and then I thought it's not going to work. Just a very quick rundown in on our day when we have guests, because no one gives a rat's. When we don't have guests, what we do is just irrelevant. But as in the life of a guest house owner,
Sounds good.
how busy you work, because you had a little sort of blur moment the other day and come out and went, I'm fed up of working 17-hour days. And I had to correct you and went, no, you don't know, do you? You don't know, do you? So just for a tiny little bit of a sage bash, it's very easy to come out and say that, because maybe one day you'd work 17 hours, although I can't remember the last time you actually did do that. It's probably Christmas. But because you just simply don't. But as in how our day runs, without going into too much detail, because there's maybe some people, maybe not, maybe we've just lost another handful of listeners thinking, oh my God, now my ears are really bleeding, turn off.
Possibly.
But
then it's our podcast,
it's not
so
interesting.
I don't care.
It's not interesting to say what we do. If there's people listening to this, which we know there are, about wanting to run a B&B or a guest house or do what we do.
Well, you do your, you do.
Right, my day. Yeah. I'll give you my day, our day. So I gets up as late as he possibly can. You get up.
That's my day. What's your day?
Oh, my day. Right, my alarm goes off. I'm going to give you the short version. Get up at 8 to have, and I have a little mini competition with myself, that I have to lay the breakfast buffet and make the breakfast buffet, the fruit, cook the croissants, the ham, the cheese, everything out, orange juice, coffee on. Coffee on! Yeah, that's what we said in the last one. Coffee on, and lay the tables outside and inside, so guests have a choice where they want to sit. And I have to do all that and make you a hot chocolate and make me a coffee before the theatre.
The breakfast lights come on.
Before the breakfast lights come on, which is 8:30. I've done it once so far.
Oh, is that all? I thought you'd done it more than that.
No. I've done it once, because that other morning when I come out with the coffee and I went, yes, beat the lights, I hadn't laid 4 tables up. I'd only laid the ones outside up, so I cheated a bit. Cheated myself, so it don't count.
Did you, though?
I cheated myself, it don't count. You've got to be honest with yourself, lover.
You can't lay 4, but why would you lay 4 tables?
Because we have guests that don't want to eat outside. We did last week. None of them guests wanted to eat outside. They're living in Spain.
That makes a difference.
Literally, people that live in Spain, you tend to find, don't want to eat outside, because you can do it whenever you want. It's not a novelty.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah?
Yeah, good point.
So I've literally given the long version when I said don't. I just wanted to explain the little game that I have with myself.
So is that the end of your day?
No, is it, Ek?
I'm being the listener.
Right, okay. That's 8:30. Then we have until 10 o'clock to wait for guests to come down. So in that time, I will check the stock.
8:30 till 10 is breakfast. So guests can come down any time.
All right. And then go out, see if they want breakfast, overthink the shit out of that.
I think this is probably the long version.
You've asked me my day.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm shortening it though.
But you said you were going to do it shorter. I think people understanding that 8:30 till 10 o'clock is breakfast doesn't need you to specify.
You do your day whatever you want. You don't have to tell me.
Walk out to see the guests, overthink it, walk back in, then go walk back out 5 minutes later and take their order, and then walk back in again. It's probably not needed.
Or let them come in and say to me what breakfast they want.
You're not listening.
And then feel really bad, thinking, shit, they might be knocked that they've had to walk in. Is that bad service? Anywho, then 10 o'clock, then clean up the breakfast on my own. Then decide whether I can either moan at Simon to come and help me with the washing and wiping up, and remind you again that our pact is to always clean up from breakfast before we start our jobs, or think, do you know what, it's easier just to do it yourself, Kirst, and let him get on. That's my morning dilemma.
I feel, again, you're probably going into this slightly more in depth than is necessary.
All right, move on. Then we clean up. Then I clean up the breakfast. Yeah, because you've put it saying it's got to be about me.
No, I just said, what's your day?
Right,
you don't need to specify everything.
Then I check what's on my list. I check what I need to put on your list. I check the emails. I put then any checkouts at 11.
Your emails.
I check my emails, check any checkouts for 11. Then as soon as if there is checkouts, strip the room and turn it around, do the washing and ironing. Which normally takes till about 1.
Yeah.
If we haven't got any checkouts, then
depends.
Clean all the other areas till about 1.
Basically, our room change and clean of the house is from between 11 and 3, isn't it? So that's...
So, and then 1 o'clock, it's either go shopping or it's go out. until, we should say 5. 5 or 6. If we got evening meals in, then lay the tables
probably.
up and do the evening meals till about 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's our day. So our evening is our afternoon, really. That's how we roll. If we haven't got an evening meal, which is why we don't do evening meals on a Sunday, it's always a bit of a bonus because we know we don't have to be back from wherever we are.
Yeah, unless we've got to check in.
Unless we've got to check in.
Which doesn't happen very often on a Sunday.
Stuff there.
Yeah, I'm bored. I can't be asked to say mine.
No. And, Simon gets up, walks Derek, trains Derek, sits and have a hot chocolate and sits on your computer, has a look at the list I've given you, see what sport's on, see what sport he can watch on the computer to flick on and off in between the jobs I've given him when he hears my footsteps. Do you know, I've got to the point of creeping
That was only the snooker.
It's good. And then it is, and you clean the pool in the morning. I'm trying to think what your jobs are, actually. We should have done it with each other. It shows appreciation for what each other person does. That's what we should do.
We should have written it down for each other. In fact, what we'll do for next week's podcast...
Oh, God, don't. We'll have no listeners.
We will write down what we think each other does for the day.
I promise you we won't do that, listeners. Okay, you can tune in. We'll talk about something much more fun and happy. I was just looking down my list to find something more fun and happy, and I've got guest book edits. Boring. That's going off. Bugger off. What I wanted to say about the guest book edits we done, because you have to check them every now and again to check the information's relevant.
The validity of the information.
The validity of the information is correct. And we had one English and one Spanish guest book, because obviously it's being respectful to the people that live in this country if they come. You don't give it to them in English just because we're English. That's rude. But
absolutely,
we thought we'd put it down into one guest book, didn't we? So we did, and obviously update the changes. But weirdly, apart from just deleting our Bailey Bear, there was nothing to change, was there?
Not really. It was obviously pretty accurate
so
still, wasn't it? Yeah,
I'd like to think that's what that was getting me on, that we're not mid-season, we've just started this season, but the systems and the things we've got in place
are working.
Seem to be working.
Yeah.
Or what I'm finding, actually, dressing gown and slippers aren't being used. That was a waste of money.
Yeah, but
I think that was a waste of frigging money.
Yeah,
but you spent on a lot of other things.
But you say that, but we've also had people actually acknowledge the fact and say how lovely it is when you look in the wardrobe and there is a dressing gown and slippers. It's kind of one of those things that even if you don't use, it's good.
I can't see that. It's just because what happens is I have to wash them every time just in case people have used them.
Yes, of course.
So I don't know if that's just I'm just wasting my life on dressing gown and slippers.
I don't know. I think it's a nice
touch.
touch.
Sure, it's hard, isn't it? It's a hard thing. We could have used the money from the dressing gown and slippers to buy toiletries. Would that have been better? Would we have got more, even more, acknowledgement?
I don't know.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. You think we would after 4 years?
No, not a clue. But I think it's good not to just be complacent enough going...
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
That's never good.
Yeah.
That's never good. That's like members of staff thinking they're irreplaceable. That's equally as bad. If you haven't got any staff and you run your own business, if you think you're sussing it...
Yeah.
There's very much to be said, don't let perfect get in the way of good. Don't strive for perfection.
Yeah.
Always strive for perfection, but expect not to get it. I think it's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's kind of don't sweat the small stuff kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but we overthink everything.
Yes,
we
that's
sweat
true.
the small stuff all
well,
the time.
yeah, but that's kind of don't let perfect get in the way of good, you know, that's that kind
and
of thing.
And a really good friend told us that as well. They said to us that, isn't it? Just stop, chewy beans a bit.
Yeah.
But we haven't. Although you did with the cyclist review. This is a good discussion, actually. We had a brilliant review on camera of a real life guest giving us a fabulous review, and you wanted to do it in a certain way, better than not what the review, obviously you can't change what he says and stuff, but you wanted to set it up in a better way, and you never had the time to do it.
Yes.
I was of the opinion that it should have just gone out. You were of the opinion you didn't want to put it out unless it was good. And I don't know what's right or wrong there with that. I still don't. Interesting.
No, yes, it's interesting because I don't know. I think we aspire to a certain standard and level of our stuff, and I didn't think it was good enough to go out ad hoc. I thought it needed the work done on it.
That's
but hey
really
ho,
good
it's a different opinion, isn't it?
Though, about literally what we put out this morning. You didn't you didn't think that was good enough. You overthought that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't so much that. I thought the photograph was too personal. That was all.
But you overthought that.
Yeah.
I know what you thought. You didn't have to repeat what you thought. I know it.
Yeah, but it wasn't that it wasn't good enough, because I think it was. The photo, especially, was brilliant.
It was like out of a magazine.
Yeah, it was a beautiful photo. Again, your son, he's got a good eye for that.
Oh yeah, Jamie took that picture.
Yeah, he's got a great eye for that.
He hasn't started up his bloody business. I want him to.
Which was what? The TP thing?
No, he never done that. That was a good idea.
What was the other thing?
His sunset and sunrises of
Oh,
Spain.
yeah. He could travel around Spain
He's
taking
got
beautiful
so many
sunrises.
stunning pictures, and not just the normal over the sea, which are stunning, but it just takes him in a different way, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a great eye for that.
It is brilliant. And I thought he should set up a Facebook shop with the GPS coordinates. So if that beach, that particular strikes a memory or has got a lovely memory or whatever, sunset and sunrises they're iconic, aren't they? They're a picture you have on a wall.
Yeah.
But he still hasn't bloody done it. It means I've got to do it for him. Dear.
If he took a picture of the sunrise and then I flipped it on Photoshop, then it could be the sunset, couldn't it?
Just like sometimes you. I don't know what. Oh, do you think the next one we'll be drinking in it?
Well, it depends when we do it.
Those were the days. We've done some stuff, haven't we?
Those Friday night wine clubs, my gosh.
They were great. They got a big group of us through some very dark times of lockdown.
Yeah.
Talking about that, and that was the only thing we couldn't talk about, wasn't it? That was the rule. No COVID talk.
Yeah, we never talked about COVID.
It was ace every Friday night, and then it actually got to the point where we couldn't commit to it, could we?
No.
Because it was putting our guests second, and that wasn't right.
Yeah, we were too busy.
Yeah.
For a short period of time.
It was mental. And then we moved here, so yeah, it was a good stop. I think people were in lockdown in COVID. I know we've had many people talk to us about it, and that they loved the Friday Night Live, and then which went to the wine club.
Thing is while the lockdown was going on, or while people were restricted and that, everyone, we could put it on at 5 o'clock UK, 6 o'clock Spanish, and everyone could watch it.
And there was a camaraderie about it as well, wasn't it?
And it wasn't the same when people started not being able to watch it live and were catching up later, and obviously because commitments come back again, work came back again, life came back again. So it worked for the time it worked for, and then...
Is that 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2021, wasn't it?
You got a fly on your head, which reminds me, we've got to sort out fly nets. Anyone near Lidl's, don't buy the very cheap fly nets against the doors, because now we've had to adapt them, buy wood, buy 2 more. They're now not very cheap fly nets at all. They're not the bargain that you think they are. But I'm not going to give up with them.
You don't like the bead things, do you?
I don't like them bead things.
Because they work.
I am a bad enough waitress, Moni. Like, it's hard enough navigating taking the plates out there as it is. Why have you
nicked the nickname that your daughter gives me for your own?
Moni.
You don't call me Moni.
No, I don't, do I? All right, I won't call you that anymore. What can I call you today?
I mean, I don't mind. It's just I wondered why you'd nicked it.
I don't know, because I said it earlier. Does Megan always call you Moni?
Not always. Normally in your company,
I was trying to get your nephew to call you Moni.
Yes, you were, yeah.
There's only a few times you have to say to little children a name, but he wouldn't grasp it.
Good lad he is.
Yeah.
Those beads, see, going back to the doors, the screens on the doors, those beads are the right thing.
No.
They work.
Wank.
It's got a few swear words in this, isn't it, this podcast?
No, it hasn't. I thought that was the first time I've said anything.
I think you said shit.
That's not a swear word, is it? We've had this before. Even the C word, that is a swear word.
Isn't it amazing?
And that's used on BBC One.
Isn't it amazing now when you think what you see on the standard telly?
The telly.
Yeah. Go back 10 years even, it just wouldn't have happened.
Not in my day, wouldn't have happened. Not around me dad either, he'd slap your legs. Slap round the legs, swear. Mind you, he
was a Scotsman though, he must have sworn like a trooper when he was in the...
Yeah, he did. Do as I do, not as I do as I say, not as I do. Very much so. Oh my God.
Did he did swear like a trooper as well, did he?
When he was doing his stand-up, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, he was a blue comedian, was he?
Yeah, he used to like...
Did he model himself on Jimmy Jones?
Jimmy Jones. He used to like all
Because
them
Jimmy
ones.
Jones didn't swear.
No,
He used to
but
think
that's
he
what
did.
I mean.
He was clever
so
with
he
that.
was blue and he used to talk blue. It's a bit like the drag shows we know, drag artists. It's rude but not crude.
Yeah,
isn't
okay,
it?
yeah.
There's a fine line because I don't like
Crude. No.
or really swearing.
Says you from South London. Flipping
How angry
heck.
I am, basically. It's one of them though, isn't it? When your mum says your full name, you know you're in trouble. I can swear all the time.
Did you
but
used to
there's
use?
a certain way I can swear and I will mean it.
Did your mum used to use your middle name when you were in real
No,
trouble?
I
Never.
hate my middle name as well.
Do you?
Yeah, it was after my godmother, which was kind of like the thing. Very uninspiring, I have to say.
I like it that it's the month that I was born in.
Very uninspiring. I was so embarrassed of that as a kid. I used to hate it.
Mad that, innit?
Yeah, I was so embarrassed of that.
When I used to say to people I don't have a middle name, they think I was lying.
Yeah, I wonder why not. That is very strange, and especially strange for your parents not to over-egg the pudding. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'd expect you to have a double-barrelled middle name.
Is a middle name
Have 2 and 4 godparents on each side.
Simon Baddington Smythe?
Exactly,
Beth?
that's what I'd expect, at the very least.
Is it?
Barrington Smythe.
I don't know where that comes from.
You don't know where that come from, your subconscious. That's because you'd like that name, really.
Is a middle name particularly synonymous with being baptised or christened, though?
That's a good question. No other religions
Because-
have got middle names, haven't they?
Yeah, but are they not? Is it not?
Look,
to
the
do-
Spanish have loads of names.
Well, crumbs.
Loads of names.
Yeah,
Alonso, he's got like 4 different names.
yeah. Yes.
But I think that's surnames, actually, because you take on your mum's surname and your...
Well, there's always 2 you take, but no, he has about 3. A lot of Spanish have
Yeah.
2. I don't know. My point
I'll
is,
have to Google that.
My point is I know that my father was strongly against us being christened or
Common.
baptised.
In any way.
So
You weren't christened?
no.
Oh my God, how many years... One of them moments found something out about you I didn't know. I never knew that. Bloody hell.
Mm-hmm.
My own fault for assuming that you were completely wrong. Shouldn't judge anyone like
Of
that.
course not. I mean, I did. Whether I was going to be or not, I didn't have a choice. I was a babby, wasn't I? But
You weren't christened?
no.
Well, goddamn. So are you... You're not even Church of England? You didn't... Did you go to Church of England school? Catholic school?
No.
You didn't... Nothing?
Well, I mean, if it was, I mean, my junior school may have called itself but no, I don't think it was.
Did you do prayers in assembly?
Yes.
Did you do the Lord's Prayer?
Yes.
So it would have been C of E school?
Yes.
Interesting. Do your mum and dad get married in church?
I think
know.
so. I think they did. Yeah.
Don't know where your mum and dad got married. Fascinating me. It's like I'm sat next to someone I don't know.
Is it really?
No, that is a question. Why would you ever ask you that
They
question?
did. I can remember the pictures of them being in front of a church door. I think. Yeah.
Wonder what changed there then. Maybe it's your dad just trying to put his foot down.
I don't know. He was against religion in a lot of respects, but
Not though if got married in church.
well, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying. He's
Mind
not
you,
a
could you
hypocrite.
get married in a registry office then?
I don't know.
Or that was just for like shotgun weddings?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's all changed, hasn't it? It has all changed.
Anyway, my point is if a middle name I mean, we're going back to the 70s, aren't we, with me? So if it was synonymous, if you had a middle name because you were christened or baptised, then the reason I haven't got a middle name is because I wasn't. That's the point.
It's a good Google question, that, if I could be bothered. I don't know. Are middle names common now? Don't even know that, see? I don't know the reason for a middle name.
Neither do I.
Don't even know why we're talking about it. Boring.
Well, funnily enough, my children have middle names, but I don't.
You are such a hypocrite.
But they were never christened or baptised.
I was just about to say that. I bet they weren't bloody christened or baptised then, knowing you and how you feel about what's it called? A religion. A religion.
Yeah.
But they've got middle names. So why have they got middle names?
We just called them that. On the birth certificate, we wrote it down.
You wouldn't just go, I'm just going to call them that name. There's a reason for a name.
Yeah, Ryan has my name as his middle name.
Oh, right.
And Kayla has Hayley as her middle name.
Right. Okay. That's nearly as inspiring as bloody my middle name after my godmother. So then what's the point of them?
Do you know what my father's middle name is?
His dad.
No, it's a belter.
Go on.
Beresford.
Beresford.
Yeah.
Do you know my dad's middle name?
Sweary.
Waddell.
I did know that.
Yeah.
What's that about?
God knows. And his name... Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird and wonderful middle names. Please let us know. Let us know yours or your family's or someone that you know.
Send a stamped addressed envelope to Swap Shop, BBC Television Centre.
Beresford. Fabulous name. I would have liked your middle name to be Beresford. I would have called you that.
So, do you know
Simon Beresford Best.
Yeah,
oh,
so he's
fabulous.
So he's Rodney Beresford Best, yeah. So
it's a great name.
Well, you know the big teddy bear he's got in his house? That's called Beresford.
Why would I know the big teddy bear your dad's got in your house? That is random as...
Because we've been there.
Once for one night. As if I'd even notice your dad's big teddy bear and not think, well, that's
That
strange.
sounds wrong, doesn't it?
I'm glad to say I've never noticed your dad's big teddy bear.
Probably for the best.
Don't ever say that again, okay? Did you not ever notice
Can we write that down?
big teddy bear?
My dad's big teddy bear, that's going to be the title.
Oh, shockingly shocking. My dad's big teddy bear. Thank God we laughed at something.
Yeah, it seemed very boring up to then, didn't it?
Up until then. We got there in the end. My
did.
dad's big teddy bear. Is that why you've got a big teddy bear?
Like father, like son.
You have as well. It's in the bloody bedroom. Oh my God. What's your bear called? What's it called?
I don't know.
Megan and Chloe used to love laying on it and everything. That Big Ted.
Big Ted.
Of course it's called Big Ted, for Christ's sake. We've had Big Ted with us for 10 years, your big teddy bear. Oh my God, that's too funny. That is too funny. I'm not going to look at him in the same way again now. Sat by a window upstairs.
Maybe we should call him
good to lean on.
Beresford 2 now then.
No, I'm not calling your big teddy bear after your dad's big teddy bear. No!
This is the most random conversation I think we've ever had. This was such a serious podcast.
It started off really seriously, and I thought we'd just mix it about because we do laugh a bit too much, I think. Well, I don't know. That is overthinking because some people go, oh, you can go a bit serious, or oh, you just bug around too much. I want to hear more about. So we don't, in the nicest possible way. We can't listen to people's opinion. It's just, I hope you like it. If you're listening to it now, we hope you like it. If you're not liking it, you shouldn't be listening. Oh, anyway, I'm glad we've talked about that. I think we should wrap that one up. And we're going to have a drink for the next one, I've decided.
Nice.
We're going to do 3 of these in a day.
And we'll do it later on.
And then we know we're into the arse end of June and we don't have to worry again for another 3 weeks because we're so busy coming up now. So we don't even have to worry. Podcasting can come off your list.
Splendid. I think it should always be on because if time suits, we can always knock one out. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Adios. Oh my God.
You were listening to The Journey with Kirsty and Simon. Please rate, review and subscribe if you like what we do. And don't forget to check out our website, casakisi.com, for all our accommodation offers. We'll see you next time.